Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. Welcome to another introduction of used amateur radio gear. But before I go on with that subject, a big thank you for all of those of you who bought a t-shirt. I'll leave a link down below. I want you to know we make about £5 profit per t-shirt, and once we hit £100 profit, that money will be donated to cancer research or leukemia research here in the UK. And if you want to do something good, you have a few pounds lying around, you don't want to buy a t-shirt or a few dollars, a few euros, support your local cancer research team, please. They do a lot of good. Right, enough of that. First things first, where shall we start? Oh, something unusual I have, and something very nice indeed. And I haven't made up my mind if I sell this or not. It's a fabulous piece of kit. It's made by the equally fabulous company Tentec in the United States. This is the Argonaut, do I pronounce it right? I don't know. Argonaut 2. It's HF bands, 160 to 10 meters, I believe. I had a play already, it's great. 10 watts, it's QRP. You can dial it down to 5 watts to do true QRP. I tried this on my horizontal loop and it's amazing. It just blows my mind how much you can achieve with only 5 watts. This one is in great condition. The only thing I quite dislike about these radios is that the backlight is very dim. This is by design, I suppose. It's not a broken backlight at all. But if you have weak eyes like I do, it's a bit difficult to read at times. But other than that, great radio. Every radio amateur, by the way, should own a piece of Tentec equipment, I believe. I've got plenty. Next one up. Do you guys remember the days when calculators had red LEDs for displays? This one here is equally old. This is an old Thunder frequency counter. It still works. It's a bit beige now. It used to be white, I believe. This will be sold very cheap, and I might even donate the entire profit for this one, or the entire auction price, to cancer research. I know guys, enough of cancer, nobody wants to talk about it, but I think we should. Next one up is a Kia unit made by the good folks of Kent here in the UK. You know the problem, you have an old radio, an FD101ZD for example, FD101E or whatever. They don't have built-in Kia units, and if you are a CW fan and you have a little pedal and you want to do iambic keying, then you need a Kia. So here's one of them, made by Kent. It's great, I have one myself. Correction, I had one myself. They're absolutely fine. This one is in good condition. Small scratch at the back. It probably buffs out. So this one will be up for grabs too. Talking about Kias and keying in CW. This one here is the, what is it called? That's an ETM something or the other. It's an iambic pedal with a built-in memory keyer, so that's great. They are sought after, they sell quickly. This goes into the back of your radio. So you don't need an external keyer or a memory keyer and a pedal. This one here has it all. Fully working, I tested it, good fun. Right. Microphones. These two microphones here are the original microphones as they were supplied with Yaesu equipment in the 70s or 80s. 600 ohm dynamic. Originally supplied with the 101ZD, 901, 902. These ones have all 4-pin plugs. Yes. And also FT221R. So if you need an original vintage microphone in a fairly good condition, I mean they're 30 years old or 35 years old even, then these ones are the right ones. Try not to buy third-party microphones for that vintage. They're just, I don't know, I never found one that works properly. Next one up, antenna tuning unit, LDG AT200 Pro Model 2. Works great. 200 watts. I tried it on my horizontal loop and on my vertical antenna. Tunes fine between 160 and 6 meters. Quite impressed with the unit. I myself have an LDG 80-1000 Pro Model 1 or Series 1. And that works fine too. It handles my Kenwood TL922 just fine. So this one is quite reliable. I like them better than MFJ tuners. They seem to be more reliable. They make a lot of noise when they tune, lots of relay clatter, but they do the job. Nice LED display as well. Here's a bit of an unusual piece of equipment. It's a rotator controller made for the ISO satellite rotators, so you can steer your antenna side to side, up and down. Unfortunately, the motor was left behind on a tower, and the tower collapsed, so I was told. So this is all that was left behind. That's all that's left behind. Fairly scratchy on top. I don't know what the guy did to it, but the case could do with a respray, but it's only on the front really. On the top, the front looks okay. The switches work fine. I know they tend to fail, but these ones are fine. I tried it out, and yes, I do a satellite operation, and it works fine. Backlight works too. Every radio enthusiast who is able-bodied should own one of these. It's a small signal generator, and it goes up to 420 or thereabout megahertz. And they were used big time in technical college in the days, and this one works fine. It's easy to operate and easy to learn. Get one of these, they're great. You don't need a modern digital signal generator for amateur radio use. These ones are great. Next one up. Oh, an MFJ noise cancelling unit, or intelligibility. You know what I mean. It's a noise cancelling unit basically. Makes it easier to copy HF signals, I suppose. Fully working, I tried it out, connected two speakers to it, and it works absolutely fine. It's amazing how much you can pull out of the noise with a unit that is not DSP. So you see them quite often coming up for sale. This one here has some scratches on top, but overall not too bad at all. Also comes with a manual. So if you need this sort of thing, watch out for the auction. Right, next one up. Oh, it's getting heavy now. It's a classic VHF, UHF, and I suppose SHF receiver. It's a fabulous ICOM ICR 7000 receiver. This one is in great condition and receives very well. No noise on the pods. They were used by governments all over the world to spy on people, I suppose. And they're absolutely fantastic. If you're in need of a receiver with such a frequency range, this one is the one to go for. This one is the one to go for. It's built like a tank and looks the part too. Right, another blast from the past. It's the ICOM IC 720A. There you go. A very old brick of a transceiver, HF only of course, a small frequency display, a vacuum tube display. This one works fine, hasn't belonged to a smoker. The only problem they used to have are the rotary band switching relays. They get stuck or get out of alignment. This one however works fine. Fairly heavy beast actually, and I believe it's fully filtered as well. Right, what's next? This I just show you to relieve my arms because I'm getting quite tired now. A very rare maintenance manual for the fabulous Yaesu FT221R transceiver. And if you own one of these, you need a maintenance manual for this one. Trust me, because they will fail. But they're easy to repair. So if you have one of these, and I know many people do, they use them for driving units for transverters, for example, 23 centimeter transverters. And they are fine, they're modular, parts are plenty. We always have parts for this radio in stock. Apart from the Mutec front end, it's quite hard to get. and quite frankly not worth the money anyway. Anyway, this one here is the original manual with a nice summer camp sticker on it. It's all there, so if you need one of these, what shall we say, 25 quid? Right. Right, more heavy stuff. Oh dear. It's the ICOM IC746 transceiver. It's an HF and 2 meter transceiver. There you go. And I have one of these. It's one of my all-time favorites. Many people report problems on 2 meters. Apparently they're deaf. I can't say that they are, because I use them frequently for DX over to Europe, and they work fine. The display is great if you look after it. Yeah, fairly vintage by now, I suppose. I don't know, how old are they? Maybe 20 years? It's just a guess. They're more modern units, but this one still does the job. So you could do far worse if you just look for one transceiver for around £400. This is a great option. And the folks at ICOM in the technical department are fantastic, okay? Probably the best in the country. Sticking with ICOM, another, well, fairly vintage radio is the ICOM 756. This is the original. It's not the Pro 2 or Pro 3. It's the original with the monochrome screen. Early models had problems with this big display here. Vertical lines appeared. No, horizontal lines appeared. But this one is a late serial number, so this screen is tip-top. Great transceiver, actually. Also, I have one of these myself, and I bought it many years ago from you. And if I need it serviced, I send it down to ICOM. And other than the screen, they can do any repair I want them to do. But mine hasn't failed as such yet. So this is a great radio. It will not be sold in one piece. It will be sold in parts. So if you need a screen, look out for this one, okay? Right, last but not least is just a simple 20 amp power supply. This is the ICOM PS52. The front panel here is a bit tarnished. I don't know if it's just bleached out from the sunlight. It's not exactly mint. But the power supply delivers what it's supposed to deliver, 20 amps, 22 amps or thereabout. And it goes nicely with the TS850, TS870. But of course, it will power any radio of that vintage, any 20 amp radio. These are the clamps for the power leads. This is the last piece of equipment. Yes, this will be sold as one piece. I have to check for the price. I don't know how much they are used. Probably 80-90 pounds, I suppose, or something like that. It's got the extendable feet as well. There we go. So you can, you know, put it up in an angle. Right, is that it? Oh, one more radio. This is a Kenwood TS440 with built-in antenna tuner in great condition, and the PLL is not out of lock. You probably know about these radios. Sometimes it just displays zeros. The frequency display, an indication that the PLL is out of lock. It's an easy procedure with just a few test instruments required. Instructions are on the internet, but however, I believe if you are not a trained technician, you shouldn't try it yourself. Just send it to a qualified radio engineer. Okay? Great condition. It smells clean. Right, this is it for me while you're here, and if you enjoyed the video, or maybe you have fallen asleep, I don't know, maybe you subscribe, and if you want to do something good, buy a t-shirt, alright? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time around. Bye!